Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you and getting into my weekly check-in. This is a very short weekly check-in. There were only 4 days in the first week. That's because I do start my weekly check-ins on the first of every month. My last weekly check-in is usually a 5th week and it ends in my results video or end of the month video for my weekly check-in. It's usually 3 or 4 days as well. So here we go. This is my layout. I actually have all my stickers down and what I've divided my 5 weeks into. And the first week, even though it was 4 days, I budgeted $220 for the first 4 days, but then any money left over gets rolled over week to week, and I use that to make sure I have enough in the budget. And that way I stay within a specific number for the entire month. I think this month I put $1,100 for grocery and household items, and that just means cleaning supplies or as well as groceries that are, you know, the food that we eat or anything we need for supplies around the house. So that's what my grocery household category is. Rest is restaurants, miscellaneous here, and then unbudgeted is what I actually track. But on my calendar I do put co-pays and gasoline to make sure I keep an eye on those things as well, though those are pretty regular and I don't have to really concern about putting them here. So let's go ahead and get into this week. Let's see here. There we go. And here's the calendar. I have 5 transactions here. Now you're going to see unbudgeted, but I am not actually putting that in to be paid off right away. And I will explain that in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in so you can see the transactions better. And I am only doing May 1st through the 4th. My last weekly check-in, like I said, the end of the month review or results video, I did the 28th through the 30th, and I've already checked all of these off. So those have already been taken care of and paid for. So the 1st through the 4th is what we're taking care of today. Now, what I mean by pay off is I use a credit card for all our spending purchases, and that way with the credit card, I just pay it once a week and I keep it paid off. So I like the freedom of doing that, not having to pay within right away, just putting it on the credit card and then totaling everything up and then paying it off once a week. It's definitely a discipline that you have to learn, and it took me a few years to get there. So first we had to get the credit card paid off, and then we had to condition ourselves to feel uncomfortable of having a high credit balance on the credit card like we did before. So I already have everything written down on this little piece of paper, and what I'm going to do is figure out not just what I spent for these first few days, but also what bills went on the credit card, because I'm actually trying to find out how much I need to pay off the credit card for the week. So I will be coming over here and we'll look for all the bills that are put on the credit card and totaling all those numbers. So let me zoom in and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So here we go. As you see here, Meijer's grocery store was $89.64 right there. And I already have that on my list. And then my husband had to buy, he was at a lunch thing and he usually takes his lunch to work every day. And this day they left where he normally works to go get lunch at this office complex, and he forgot to bring a drink, and so he used the vending machine to get a drink, and that was $2.32 for a regular bottle of soda. So he was pretty shocked by that, but he had to get something to drink and he needed the caffeine, so he did. And then here at Meijer again, our grocery store, that was $32.56, and that was for like 4 gallons of milk. Yes, you heard me right, 4 gallons of milk. I buy 4 gallons every week and a half and for the fridge, and that keeps my entire family of 4 adults healthy and strong, I guess. We tend to enjoy our milk here, so there we go. And that's all I have. Let's see, that was milk, and then that was also like, I think crescent rolls. I got 3 of those, and then I had to get some NyQuil because my husband, or was it NyQuil or something else? I can't remember, but I got a nighttime medicine for my cold and flu medicine for my husband because Thursday he came home, or not Thursday, Wednesday he came home sick, and Thursday it wasn't fun either. So let's see here. I do have 2 unbudgeted items. These are Lowe's purchases. $42.43 was seed, grass seed for our front yard, and then 237.55. So we just moved in this house last August, and one thing we have not purchased yet was a grill, and I wanted to get a grill before summer started. We still gotta get a propane tank, but now we have a grill. It's got to get put together. We had it all delivered to the house. So yeah, that was what we purchased there. In addition to last month's Lowe's purchases, we decided to go ahead and spend whatever we wanted on those purchases, so that I'm trying to look for the calendar back here. Yeah, $889.87 was the last Lowe's purchase. So this one plus these 2 items completed everything we wanted to get. If you watch that last video, I had put in some pictures of all the items we bought. 2 fire rings for the property, 1 to burn rubbish and 1 to just enjoy s'mores and stuff closer to the house. And then what else did I get? My husband got a weed eater and just all kinds of stuff. I can't even remember what we bought, but I did have pictures with that video. So if you've not seen the last one, then go check out that last video. I'll try to link it in the cards and at the end of this video, and you guys can click on it and check for yourself. So this is really short as far as the weekly check-in part. 89.64 plus 232 plus 32.56, and that gives us 124.52. And that is what I have to pay this week for groceries and household. I am not paying for the Lowe's yet until I figure out how I want to pay it. And I think I'm just going to make the decision at the end of the month, instead of going to savings, paying these off on the credit card. Because these weren't planned, but we wanted them and we knew we wanted them. Instead of budgeting it in, we just bought them. And since we pay our credit card frequently enough, we never have any charges of interest. So, and I put a few $1,000s on the credit card every month and pay it off every week. So, whatever minimum payment they tried to give with interest, it's paid off more than necessary. So, we just don't have any interest charges, which is a blessing and a good thing to keep in control. But I do want to know the total number here. 42.43 plus 237.55. All right, that's 279.98 that we spent on the credit card. And for unbudgeted. And that's all I have there. So restaurants, miscellaneous, gas, copay. I don't have anything. Sounds like it is lunchtime. No, not quite lunchtime for my son, but he was walking around upstairs. All right, let's go to the weekly check-in. Now, in the first 4 days, I did budget enough money for us to buy groceries and things like that before my husband's salary check came in, and that was $124.52. And then the rest is a 0 and 0. And then down here, I'm still going to write to remind myself. And I write this down and remind myself to make sure I take care of it, to make sure I make a plan on how to take care of this spending. I don't want the spending to just be willy-nilly, even though that's kind of how we shop that day. I want this, I want this, I want this, and things that we've been wanting. And total, I think it was $1,100, which is not that bad, really, especially for our position right now, where we do get extra money at the end of the month left over that we aren't applying to any specific category or specific budgeting item. It's just money that we would put in savings that would be left over at the end of the month. Most of that will actually pretty much cover, or all of it will cover most of what I purchased on the credit card. So by next month, all of the credit card could be paid off. So that's pretty good. That leaves us balances here. So we do have to have a balance of what's left over so I can budget for next week. So I had $220 budgeted for this week, and I'm going to take $124.52, and that is going to give me $95.48 left over. I'm just going to put a check mark because I've actually already done the actual transaction of paying it, and that is taken care of. And then I can just take these numbers and just bring them over. And then I'm going to put this in red. The more I can remind myself that I need to take care of something, the more I can, or the more difficult it is to put two leftovers on the credit card. Alrighty, $279.98. There we go. So now moving on to next week, I'm going to set up next week's numbers, and I'm going to go ahead and write in. And these are the amounts for each week. So all I have to do is take these numbers and add that to it. So I have $220 here plus the $95.48, and that gives me $315.48 for this the rest of this week till next Thursday to buy groceries. And I think $315 is going to be enough. We're doing pretty good in that area, so I'm not going to be worried about that too much. Obviously we didn't spend anything in restaurants. We will tonight, which is Friday, and that'll be part of next week's check-in. So we can just double this up and see how much we have. That's $240. There we go. And then miscellaneous is $200. I don't even need a calculator for that. There we go. And I'm going to put this back to 0 for the week. And then I'm actually going to put an X here because I'm not paying it this week. And then there was nothing to pay here and nothing to pay here. So that's what my notes are. And your notes can be anything you want to put there, just to let you know if you're designing your own or using stickers, budget stickers. When it has a note section, you can use it for whatever you want. You can put your remainder there, you can put what's balanced forward, whatever, or notes to yourself about what you did, like not paying for, if you put it on a credit card, like I did here, not paying for this part just yet, and I will later in the month. So maybe down here I'll pay it. Let's see here. That is the weekly check-in, but let's go back to this part of the budget. So this is with the bills, and I need to pull the bills calendar up. I'm going to count this and then all of these bills, and that is how I'm going to find out how much I owe the credit card for this week. Let's see what came through. So I used 2 calendars in my budget, one for bills and one for spending. So I have a little CC right next to some of these. This tithing here is 2 tithings combined together. One's $88, one's $87, and total is $175. That tithes the military retirement check. And so we have our tithing broken up into several areas to contribute to some of the important charities or organizations that are important to us. So here I have $87 that went to the credit card. I'm just going to check it off over here. And the other one came out of the checking account. I'm not sure why I set it up that way. I think I just used the wrong number and used the checking account instead of the credit card. I could probably change that, but I might leave it for right now. And then our Spectrum internet, cable, and telephone right there, that came out, it got charged to the credit card is what I should say. And then Paramount Plus, which is a subscription we have that goes to the credit card. My son's healthcare went to the credit card. And then my husband's Amazon Music went to the credit card. And then what else do I have? Oh, and HelloFresh. Let's see. Oh, what is not on here in these first 4 days is $25 of this. Now, $25 of this actually got posted on Wednesday because my husband had an appointment today and couldn't make it today, so he went on Wednesday. And so that just put it in two different areas of week 1 to week 2, kind of paycheck to paycheck thing. Not a big deal. All I have to do is just remember what we did. And all I had to pay was $25, or a little bit earlier than I expected. But I'm still waiting for my water to come out, and that'll be part of paycheck too. So as soon as the water charges to the credit card, not credit card, I think I wrote a check and it goes through the mail, and I gotta wait for them to come out of the checking account. Once it comes out, then I'll move the sticker to the appropriate day on the checking account. Whew, I confuse myself sometimes. All right, so all of this is together, and then I'm gonna come up with a credit card payment for this week. And this is how I do a weekly check-in, not just my spending, but my bills. $124.52. And then I'm not worried about these because I'm going to wait to pay these for a little later. And then I'm going to go ahead and add these up too. So $192.32, $599, $570, $953, $82.91, $87, and $25. There we go. So this is what my what I need on the credit card payment is $1,097.27. I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Minus $124.52. This total here was just $972.75. So that was that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was sweet, short and sweet, I hope. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing, blessed day. Bye.